The Martez sisters suffered harsh criticism after their brief appearance in Season 7 of The Clone Wars. And while fans continue to laud Ahsoka for her abominable behavior, they trash Rafa and Trace for almost everything they do. The writing is far from flawless, and Rafa and Trace do partake in behavior that should not be condoned. But they also have many good qualities that have been completely overlooked. So today I present you with a defense of the Martez sisters, a list of their good character traits and moments where their inner beauty shined. Plus, I just happen to be sick of the people who complain about the Martez sisters' hair. So yeah, let's do this. Before I begin, I just wanted to show off this beautiful piece of art called Ahsoka's Final Resting Place. It almost makes you wish she was dead, doesn't it? So kicking off the list, we have Trace's introduction, where we see that Trace, despite her circumstances, still holds to the belief that her mother taught her, that you help those in need. Despite needing the money, Trace fixes Ahsoka's bike free of charge, showing incredible generosity as well as showing off her skills as a mechanic.
No sense in keeping you here if you're gonna be miserable.
I appreciate the help. What's it gonna cost?
It's on the house.
Despite the fact that Ahsoka is a complete stranger, Trace is always open and friendly with her. Again, despite her circumstances, Trace chooses to be optimistic, clinging to the thought that once she finishes her ship, she and Rafa will finally be able to leave behind their horrible living conditions. In concern for Ahsoka, Trace warns her not to get involved when Pintu shows up to collect his money. And for the most part, Trace is actually able to hold her own against Pintu's thugs. Despite the hard times and the low funds, Trace wishes Rafa to only take on honest work. The fact that Rafa was able to help fund the construction of Trace's ship as well as keep them both afloat shows how much of a dedicated sister she is. Despite the fact that she never held much stock in the Silver Angel, knowing it was important to Trace, she found a way to help make it happen. In Rafa's introduction, we see her care for her sister as she expresses remorse over Trace suffering because of their debts and promises to do better.
Oh, Trace! What happened to your face?
Pintu came by to get paid. You weren't there. You could have at least given me a heads up that you weren't gonna pay him.
You're right. Won't happen again.
Rafa also shows herself to be an excellent saleswoman, smooth and streetwise. She also backhandedly compliments Trace's skills as a mechanic.
My business partner brokered a deal with Rafa Martez.
You're looking at her, and that deal will be honored. This may not look like a droid factory, but that's to throw off the authorities. My associate does assembly in the back.
My, business partner. He said you build droids better than anybody.
Then they know quality. Look, just bring them around back. So, Trace, feel like building some droids?
Trace risks her life to put a stop to the demolition droid's rampage, saving innocent civilian lives.
Just hit the blue button! Come on! Hey, kid.
Trace lovingly acknowledges the fact that Rafa tries so hard to make things better for them, despite her shortcomings. Rafa does her best to make up for those shortcomings by ensuring they'd be safe by Pintu and making an effort to lift Trace's spirits.
I used the credits to pay off Pintu. Here's enough to buy new tools. That makes it worth it, right?
Trace shows herself to be humble, practical, and humorous. Trace, seeing Ahsoka's lack of experience in the underworld and feeling concern for her, advises Ahsoka to stay with her and Rafa a while longer. Trace offers to share her aspirations with Ahsoka by suggesting that she stay till the Silver Angel takes wing. In an effort to protect Trace, Rafa confronts Ahsoka on where her real interests lie.
You show up out of nowhere, suddenly you and my sister are inseparable? What are you after? Everyone plays an angle. I don't mind, except when it involves Trace. So tell me, what are you after? Her mech bay? Her ship?
I don't have an angle, unless maybe to keep you both out of trouble.
You ever thought you might be the trouble she needs to stay away from?
Despite their bickering, Rafa and Trace frequently show their strong relationship. Sharing in Trace's pride and joy as the Silver Angel takes off, Rafa gives her sister a tender smile. Despite her lack of faith in Trace's piloting skills, Rafa never lets her doubt show to Trace. She tells Trace the ship flies like a dream and calls her Captain.
Take us out, Captain. I said the ship flies like a dream.
Despite Ahsoka's attempts to dampen her enthusiasm, Trace continues to show excitement at the prospect of seeing new worlds and piloting her ship for the first time.
Yeah, a bad one.
I've heard pilots talk about this place. It's legendary.
Yeah, it's legendary for its corruption.
This place is beautiful.
Despite her promise to rightfully blame Ahsoka for everything, Rafa doesn't, choosing instead to be tortured. Knowing what might happen if she tells the Pikes that Trace was the one who dumped the spice, Rafa withstands her captor's interrogation tactics. This action shows that Rafa, despite being angry with Trace, still loves her enough to go that far to protect her. Even as she's being dragged away to be tortured, Trace's primary concern is the welfare of her sister.
What did you do to her?
Answer me! Don't make them mad, Trace.
How about they don't make me mad and tell me what they did to my sister? Make sure Rafa's okay!
Trace brilliantly uses quick thinking to get away from the Pike guards. Despite Ahsoka's horrible treatment of the sisters, Trace insists that she not be left behind. Trace shows herself to be an impressive shot with a blaster.
Nice shot!
After everything they'd been through, Rafa still can't help but show warmth at Trace's reaction to spotting the Silver Angel.
I don't believe it. I think I see my ship.
Rafa proves herself to be a total boss by taking on a Trandoshan in a fistfight and winning.
See ya, pal.
Trace brilliantly and fearlessly charges a Pike ship, causing its destruction and ensuring their escape.
We've lost the rear deflector shields.
And the gun. Hang on.
What are you doing?
We might have lost the rear deflectors, but we still have the front. To sum up the positive takeaway for these characters, I'd say Trace teaches us that despite circumstances, we can still choose to do the right thing and keep hoping for a better future. While Rafa teaches us loyalty and dedication to family no matter what. If you can't appreciate that, your loss. And in regards to their designs, if you can't appreciate these beauties, again,
your loss. On the other hand, if you happen to agree with me, be sure to show your support by dropping a like and leaving your comments below. Thank you everyone for watching, and I will see you next time.